The warships of Xylari Prime shimmered in the orbit of Zhenya, a vibrant jungle planet that pulsed with bioluminescent flora. In the dense shadows of the trees, Princess Elara crouched, her heart pounding in rhythm with the alien drums echoing through the forest. The warriors of the Xylari Council, a coalition of intergalactic species, were closing in, their glowing, insectoid armor making them appear as phantoms of light. Elara, barely 18 years old, had never left the sheltered halls of her royal palace on Earth. Her education had been steeped in Earth's history and politics, not interstellar diplomacy or combat. But now, stranded on this alien world after her diplomatic vessel was ambushed, she faced a truth she was utterly unprepared for. She was the target of the galaxy's most powerful coalition, and they believed she held the key to an ancient prophecy. The ambush. The Xylari warriors encircled her. Their leader, an imposing figure with 4 glowing eyes and silver skin, stepped forward. His voice resonated with an otherworldly timbre, both menacing and inquisitive. "Princess Elara of Earth," he said, his tone laced with something between reverence and disdain. "You bear the mark of the Elysian lineage. Do you know what that means?" Elara's hand instinctively went to her wrist, where a birthmark, a crescent moon intertwined with stars, glowed faintly. She had always thought it was an odd quirk of her DNA. Now it seemed to be the reason these warriors hunted her. "I don't know what you're talking about," Elara replied, her voice trembling. "I'm just a diplomat's daughter. I have no idea why I'm important to you." The Xylari leader tilted his head, studying her. "You are more than that. You are the last living heir to the Elysian Throne, a dynasty that once ruled the stars. Your blood carries the power to either unite the fractured galaxy or destroy it." The legacy unveiled. Before Elara could respond, a pulse of energy erupted from her wrist, projecting a hologram into the air. It displayed a star map, ancient and indecipherable, but clearly pointing to a location deep within the galaxy. Gasps rippled through the gathered warriors. "The Nexus," whispered one of the warriors. "She has the map to the Elysian Nexus." The Xylari leader's expression hardened. "Your ignorance may be genuine, Princess, but it does not absolve you of your responsibility. The Nexus is the source of the galaxy's ancient power. If it falls into the wrong hands, the galaxy will be plunged into eternal war." Elara stared at the hologram, her mind racing. She had never heard of the Elysian Throne or this Nexus. Yet, the glowing map felt familiar, as if it were a part of her. Could it be true? Could she really be part of some ancient interstellar legacy? A choice to make. The Xylari leader stepped closer. "You must come with us. The council will decide your fate." Elara's survival instincts kicked in. She wasn't about to let herself be taken prisoner without a fight. Her eyes darted around the forest, searching for an escape route, when a voice crackled in her ear. A voice she recognized. "Princess, this is Captain Rylus of the Resistance. We've been tracking you. Don't trust the Xylari. They seek the Nexus for themselves. We're sending a dropship to extract you." Confusion gripped her. She was caught between 2 opposing forces, both claiming to protect the galaxy, but with vastly different intentions. The Xylari were an ancient coalition, their motives steeped in tradition and power. The Resistance, on the other hand, were rebels known for opposing any centralized authority. Elara's voice was firm despite her fear. "Why should I trust either of you?" The Xylari leader's gaze didn't waver. "Because the Nexus is not just a weapon, it is a sentient force. It will recognize your bloodline and respond to your will. If you choose wrongly, it could destroy us all." Captain Rylus's voice buzzed in her ear again. "Don't let them manipulate you, Princess. The Xylari are relics of a broken past. The Resistance believes in freedom. Trust us." The final confrontation. As the Xylari warriors closed in, the Resistance's dropship roared overhead, its bright lights cutting through the darkness. A battle erupted, lasers and plasma bolts lighting up the jungle in a deadly dance. Elara ducked and ran, the holographic map still floating beside her. She reached a clearing where the Resistance ship hovered, its ramp extended. Rylus, a young, rugged soldier with cybernetic eyes, stood at the entrance, beckoning her. Behind her, the Xylari warriors were relentless, their voices echoing through the forest. "Princess, you cannot escape your destiny." Elara stopped, torn. The hologram flickered, and for a moment, she saw a vision, a towering spire of light in the middle of a cosmic storm. The Nexus. It called to her, not as a burden, but as a promise. The power to end the galaxy's strife lay within her grasp. She turned to face both sides, her voice ringing with newfound authority. "I'll go to the Nexus, but on my terms. If either of you try to use me, I'll ensure the Nexus destroys us all." The journey begins. The Xylari and the Resistance hesitated, the weight of her words settling over them. Finally, the Xylari leader bowed his head. "Very well, Princess. We will honor your choice." Captain Rylus gave her a sharp nod. "We'll see this through. Together." As the Resistance dropship soared into the stars, Elara stared out at the vast expanse of the galaxy. She was no longer the sheltered princess of Earth. She was the heir to an ancient legacy, a beacon of hope or destruction for the galaxy. Her journey to the Nexus had just begun, and with it, the fate of the stars rested in her hands.